Hello and welcome back to True Crime Guys podcast. I'm your host, Michael, and you know Andy's here with me.
Michael, I am always with you. I am with you. Body, mind, spirit.
All right, that might be too much.
You can't escape me.
Well, I'm glad you're here anyways. It's because today we are talking the 2021 murder of Gabby Petito, finally.
We talked about it a lot while it was going on.
We did. Headlines, and some bonus content and things like that. It was hard to ignore. It really was. But we got the full play-by-play for you today. But before we get into that, I got to let you guys know that you can catch these episodes early, ad-free, with bonus content, as I mentioned, on Patreon. Patreon.com/TrueCrimeGuys. If you guys have a minute, please go check that out. That's the best way to support the show and what we're doing here at True Crime Guys. The wheels of the podcast, if you will. But like I said, today we're talking the 2021 murder of Gabby Petito. Which, lots of people had a lot of theories, and followers claimed that they knew Brian Laundrie was to blame. Laundrie?
Laundrie, yeah.
How do you say it?
I said Laundrie the first time.
You say Laundrie?
Yeah. Laundrie. Because laundry just, I think we kept saying laundry because we kept calling it dirty laundry. It just sounds sounds more insulting.
Yeah,
so
it does.
I think we could go with, let's go with laundry then.
Let's go with laundry. It sounds worse. But yeah, everyone claimed they knew he was to blame, and in the end, it was pretty much as gruesome as we thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're unaware of this case, Gabby and Brian were on a cross-country trip in her, they had one of them Ford Transit vans.
Nice.
They just bought one of those. Perfect for road tripping.
Living that van life.
But yeah, Gabby and Brian were on a cross-country trip when things took a very, very bad turn. They started arguing, and it kind of escalated from there. And the crazy thing about this case is that there's tons of audio. There's tons of video footage. There's people who have posted on TikTok who saw them. There are other YouTube channels who actually got footage of their van at certain places. So all this stuff, is all but fact. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like this is one of those cases we know all but the exact details of the crime.
Mm-hmm. Which is always very frustrating at the same time, but it gives us a lot to talk about.
Yes, it does. Speaking of, let's get into it, Andy.
Okay.
Hey, how are you? My name's Eric. I'm with Moab Police. What's your name?
Gabby.
Gabby, how old are you?
I'm 22.
What happened? What's going on?
I'm just having a very stressed morning.
Yeah? Is this your husband or boyfriend?
My fiancé.
Fiancé? Is he a pretty good guy?
Yeah.
What happened over at Moonflower?
I was just really stressed this morning trying to get a lot of work done, and I was apologizing to him. I had thrown a bunch of stuff in the bag, and all our bags are back there. I was just apologizing. I was like, I'm sorry that I get so stressed out because I have OCD, and I was just organizing stuff, and sometimes I just have a mean attitude, but I'm not trying to be mean about just straightening things up and stuff. So I was just apologizing, but I guess I said it in a mean tone, and he got really frustrated with me, and he locked me out of the car and told me to go take a breather, but I didn't want to take a breather because I wanted to get going. We're out of water.
So it kind of made you more upset.
Yeah,
it didn't help calm you, it made you more upset.
Yeah.
So then what happened?
And so our goal was to come here and come refill our water.
Yeah? Is there something on your cheek here? Looks like, did you get hit in the face? Kind of looks like something hit you in the face. And then over on your arm, shoulder, right here. That's new, huh? It's kind of a new mark.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Can I see the other side of your face? So, what happened here and here?
I'm not sure. It was a...
First name,
Brian. I was just trying to get in the back of the car, and his backpack was on the back. Got me.
So the backpack got you? So there's two people that came to us and told us that they saw him hit you. There's two people saying that they saw him punch you. We're just independent witnesses by Moonflower.
Well, to be honest, I definitely hit him first.
Where'd you hit him?
I slapped him in the face.
You slapped him first? And then just on his face?
He gets kind of just shut up.
How many times did you slap him?
Romeo, India, Alpha.
Just a couple.
And then what? And his reaction was to do what?
I grabbed him so I wouldn't slap him.
He just grabbed you?
Yeah.
Did he hit you though? I mean, it's okay if you're saying you hit him, and then I understand if he hit you, but we want to know the truth if he actually hit you.
I guess, yeah, but I hit him first.
Where did he hit you? Don't worry. Just be
He
honest.
like grabbed my face, just like this. He didn't like hit me in the face. Like he didn't like punch me in the face or anything.
Did he slap your face or what?
Well, like he like grabbed me like with his nail, and I guess that's why it looks. I definitely have a cut right here because I can feel it.
Yeah.
When I touch it, it burns. But
Okay. So has he been drinking?
no, we don't drink.
Okay. What was up with his driving? This officer said he hit a curb
I hit him.
while you're driving.
Well, he was driving.
While he was driving, you were hitting him,
Well, not a lot, but yeah.
and that was distracting him while he's driving. Are you
Not,
trying?
only for like a second. Only because I saw the lights come on, and I like kind of like so stupid.
Did you already tell him all this?
I didn't get that far into
Okay,
it. She was hyperventilating.
She's
a little
saying that
bit.
they don't drink, but at the point when you lit them up,
You don't drink or anything.
She started hitting him.
I was yelling at him, and then when you turned your lights on, I like kind of punched his arm like you're just an
so
idiot.
she's saying was why he hit the curb. You said it was Gabby?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm really bad. His name was Gabby?
Yeah.
Okay. You okay, Gabby? Do you have medication for anxiety you take or anything?
No.
Do you take any medication for any
I just do yoga and
try to meditate and stuff? But you tend to have a lot of anxiety and stress.
I have a lot of anxiety.
And what's his name?
OCD.
Is it Brian? Is he usually pretty patient with you?
Yeah, but it just makes me upset. I know that he definitely gets frustrated with me a lot because I have a lot of anxiety, and he definitely has anxiety too.
Oh, that could
but-
be a bad combo if you both have anxiety.
All right, so if you were on basically any social media platform in the year 2021, you probably saw the story of Gabby Petito. Andy, am I speaking too boldly there?
No, I think unless you were literally living under a rock.
Literally living under a rock, which I tend to do sometimes. So.
We have discussed
But even
this.
I saw it.
Yes.
So you guys are really living under a rock. But Gabrielle Venora Petito was born March 19th, 1999, to parents Tara and Jim. What a year. What a year. 1999.
Literally partying like it was
I was-
1999.
Trading Pokemon cards in elementary school.
That's when my fiance graduated high school.
What, in 99? Mm-hmm. No. Oh, my God, yes. Oh, yeah. That's true. That's
Got
true.
that cougar life.
That is. But Gabby was born and raised in Blue Point, New York, along with her 6 younger siblings. Some were half siblings. They were kind of a yours, mine, and ours situation. But all of Gabby's younger siblings really looked up to her. And the family was more accustomed to Gabby than you guys, than most, I guess, blended families are, because Gabby's parents divorced when she was only 1. So she doesn't even really remember them together.
Yeah.
And then they both remarried, and so she kind of had 4 parents from the start. And by all accounts, they were all amazing parents. She had 4 awesome parents.
Very lucky,
So
very
super
lucky.
lucky. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all 4 of her parents loved her a lot, and they didn't consider her really a stepchild. And they loved Gabby, as well as all of their other children. But Gabby was a free spirit, and they knew eventually she would fly the nest. She loved to travel. She loved art and nature. She was a baton twirler and ran track in high school. And in 2017, she graduated from Bayport Blue Point High School, where she met Brian Laundrie.
Oh, that's when the paths finally cross.
Exactly. At first, Gabby's family really liked Brian, no immediate red flags. And they also noticed how happy him and Gabby were together. They seemed like a really good match. After this case, people talked to Gabby's friends and family, more about their relationship, and the family was still in shock. They still were like, we just never saw this coming.
Nobody
at
did.
all. But her friends kind of did, but it's like, they kind of tend to pick up on things. It's like, even if you had a good relationship, you're going to have some friends that are like, oh, they're just too good,
Yeah.
Like, they're definitely having problems.
You've got somebody who's always skeptical.
Yes.
Someone's always skeptical of your happiness.
Yeah, and they said that Brian was, he could be jealous, he could be overprotective,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
And a lot of times, especially around this age, your friends tend to know you better than your family does. A lot
Yeah,
of people in
you
this,
share a little bit
especially of
more.
this generation, they're very close with their friends. A lot of found family,
Yeah, I feel that. In March of 2019, though, Gabby moved to Northport, Florida, to live with Brian and his family. In December of 2019, Gabby purchased a 2012 Ford Transit Connect van that they converted into a camper. That's the van I was talking about that they'll be in for the rest of the episode. And the couple began planning their cross-country trip. Now, by this time, Gabby was already a social media influencer by pretty much any extent of the description. You know what I'm saying?
She hit the standard of it.
Yeah, for sure. She documented her life, all of her travels, mainly on YouTube and Instagram. Her YouTube channel was called Nomadic Static, which I really like. I love that name, dude.
I know. It sounds like a cool band name,
God,
too.
that's a killer name.
That's
Nomadic Static.
I would listen to that band name. I was like,
Right?
that just sounds like a fucking sweet-ass punk band.
It really does. So now we're moving in to 2020. July 2nd. Gabby and Brian left Blue Point in the Ford Transit Connect van for their 4-month trip. That same day, Gabby posted and announced that they were now engaged on Instagram. Here's a quote from her post. She says, "Here's a picture from our first date because I have so much love for you." And then there's some emojis, and then she says, "Brian asked me to marry him, and I said yes."
I do love that the emoji she chose was like the sushi emoji.
Is that what that is?
I think that's that's like 2 tuna rolls or something.
Yeah.
2 pieces of nigiri. I don't know.
Yeah, nigiri rolls. That's what those are. Yeah, they got the raw fish just laying on top. I actually love nigiri,
I think the post was their first date. They had sushi. Like, it was something like that. So it's like, it makes sense. But like, just in the timeline, we kept the emoji in there.
Yeah. You got to have the emoji in there. I mean, I didn't put all of them, but I put that one because, But the next day, Brian posts about spending their lives together. And he had some pictures of the proposal on his Instagram as well. But something that should be noted is a lot of Gabby's posts and captions were later edited. Mm-hmm. It's very strange. There's a post from January 11th, 2021, where she talks about how much she loves Morbid Podcast. And a lot of people think that this was edited later I don't know, just to shed a darker light on it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just advertisement technique. Maybe Morbid did it.
Maybe, yeah.
They
maybe she
in
was
there
just
and they were
kind of
like, she listens to Morbid Podcast. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
We're just shamelessly plugging them.
They have blown up though.
They did. They did after this whole story did. Yes. But yeah, I think it was more. It's again, maybe she's Instagramming, maybe she's trying to cross promote. She's trying to just drum up business, drum up and interest for this other podcast that she's interested in. It's just a lot of things influencers do.
Yeah,
she could have edited it, but it's people who think that's kind of like a foreshadowing thing. It's that's almost like conspiracy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So now we're moving on into 2021. This is March now, and the couple's going hiking in the Appalachian Trail in Georgia for Gabby's 22nd birthday. And then in July, they post about being in Kansas at the Monument Rocks. They're really moving around, dude.
Oh, yeah. They
hit Colorado Springs in July as well.
They were just bouncing all around the Southwest for a little while. Colorado, Utah, again. Like they're just, but amazing spots. Like always national parks.
Of course,
big hot springs. Like they're really hitting like some real highlights of a trip.
No doubt, and all of this is documented through their Instagram posts. So we kind of have like this perfect timeline of this trip. It's kind of incredible. They go to Bryce Canyon National Park, which is actually a great place to ski and snowboard, I've heard. I've never been there, but people in Vegas rave about Bryce Canyon. That's like the place to go. You can go to Mount Charleston and snowboard in Vegas, but apparently it's nothing compared to Bryce Canyon. But I stay on the Bunny Hill, so it's good enough for me,
I stay on the budget.
It's good enough for me.
I stay on the budget when it snows around here.
Yeah, exactly. But on August 12th, 2021, a witness named Chris called 911 to report that a couple was fighting in front of the Moonflower Community Cooperative in Moab, Utah. The caller said that they saw a man slap a woman, after which he and the woman ran up and down the sidewalk, then drove off together in a white van with a black ladder on the back. Another witness described the incident to police as looking like the couple was talking aggressively and that Gabby was punching him in the arm. The witness said it looked like Brian was trying to leave Gabby and he was trying to take her phone with him. But they ultimately solved the issue and drove off together.
Okay. Well, like I said, there are witnesses to this now.
There is.
We start seeing people seeing some of the cracks.
Mm-hmm. That's 2 witnesses already. Officers from the Moab Police Department identified the van driving erratically near the entrance to Arches National Park, and they pulled them over. They found Gabby crying heavily in the passenger seat, and police body cam footage even shows the conversations that took place. I'm telling you guys, there's tons of video and audio for this case. You guys got to check it out. Gabby tries to downplay the physical altercation, and she even took the blame for the argument herself. She said that it was started because she was cleaning too much, and Brian got mad at her.
I'm a bit of a neat freak, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm kind of anal about the way this van is.
Yeah, I mean, understandably so. You live in a small space.
It's a van.
At least you can do is clean it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not down by the river by any chance, but still.
No. Now, the officer pointed out that there were marks on Gabby's arm and face and told her, quote, just be honest. She said that Brian kept telling her to shut up and grabbed her face, which had caused the injury. She then admitted to the officers that she hit him first. In his report, one of the officers wrote, at no point in my investigation did Gabrielle stop crying, did she stop breathing heavily, or compose a sentence without needing to wipe away tears or wipe her nose. And she also kept rubbing her knees with her hands. And then he said the male, Brian, tried to create distance by telling Gabby to take a walk and calm down. She didn't want to be separated from him and began slapping him. So he grabbed her face and pushed her back, and she pressed upon him and the van. So that's the official police report there.
Mm-hmm. But it does show violence between the two of them.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's not just one-sided in this police report.
Right.
Which is something to always document or take note of.
Absolutely. Now, neither party wanted to press charges, and the authorities instead classified the event as a mental breakdown rather than a domestic violence, which would have required an arrest. So the police separated the couple, arranging for Brian to spend a night at the Bowen Motel in Moab and for Gabby to stay in the van. Now, this brings us to August 17th. Brian then takes a flight from Salt Lake City to Tampa, Florida, leaving Gabby behind. He meets up with his sister Cassie at their parents' house. Gabby spent several days at a Fairfield Inn and a Suites Motel near Salt Lake City Airport. And according to staff, she checked out on August 24th. So what's that? That's 7 days. She spent there a week. The Laundrie family attorney said that Brian made the trip to obtain some items and empty and close the storage unit to save money as they contemplated extending the road trip. That was his excuse.
Okay.
So now, on August 19th, Gabby's still at the hotel, right? She uploads her first and only video of the trip. It says, quote, van life, beginning our van life journey. And it was a post. The couple is going on adventures. They look happy. They look fine. There's even video and photos of them kissing, and Brian's doing yoga. It's magical. Instagram versus reality, right?
Yeah, right. They're only showing the highlights, Rel.
Yeah.
We all know this ploy.
Yes. And the video has footage all the way from when they first left in early July. But it's like, what else does Gabby have to do, right? She's trapped in this hotel. Brian's left her there. She's not going to go traveling by herself.
Yeah. And
So,
she still has to post. She's an influencer. She has to post something.
They rely on this. They do. So now it's August 21st. Gabby's father, Joseph Petito, he later told Nancy Grace that on this day, he ordered a pizza from Domino's in Salt Lake City because Gabby was having problems ordering it for herself. He said he FaceTimed with her and that she was eating the pizza. And he makes it sound like she was in this still Fairfield Inn and Suites in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
So on August 23rd, so we know Gabby is okay. So August 23rd, Brian then rejoins her and they continue their trip.
So yeah, he just comes and picks her back up.
Yeah, he's been gone for a week.
Yeah, whatever,
Comes
man.
back. Yeah, weird. Gabby's mother FaceTimes Gabby, and Gabby tells her that they were traveling from Utah to Grand Teton and Yellowstone National Parks. The final post to Gabby's Instagram account was made, which consisted of photos of her taken in front of a butterfly mural outside a restaurant in Ogden, Utah. And on this day, a witness, her name was Shannon Baker, she claims to have seen Gabby's white Ford Transit van in a parking area near Jenny Lake inside Grand Teton National Park.
Yep. And again, she sees a white van there. And there's a lot of people who do van life. They go to these parks.
These vans are extremely popular.
So she believes she sees her van there. And yes, her van is identifiable, but it's not super identifiable.
It's not rare.
Yeah, it's not fucking wrapped in some, company's, logos and shit or whatever. But she sees a white transit van. There's a lot of those in these national parks. There's a lot of these in the Southwest. It's a pretty common lifestyle around there.
Yeah, it is. It is. But there just keeps being all these sightings, right? And they just line up. Like an owner of a shop called Rustic Row in Victor, Idaho said Gabby and Brian came into her store for nearly 20 minutes. The owner said the couple was interested in going to Yellowstone and seemed pretty happy. And on the same day, a woman named Jessica Schultz posted to her TikTok account that she saw Brian Laundrie parking his van in Spread Creek. She said he was alone, and the van was parked there until the 29th, 3 days. Also, a man posted on TikTok that he witnessed Brian alone inside Bullwinkle's Saloon and Eatery around 10 p.m. that night. And this TikTok video later got taken down.
I feel like that video may have gotten taken down because he wasn't actually sure he saw Brian there.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's one of those things like unless you had footage of Brian drinking there,
right?
And you just kind of posted yourself being like, I saw him drinking here at this time, and then somebody kind of like contradicts you with some evidence.
Right.
You may just take that video down and be like, oh, maybe that wasn't him. Shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to be pulled into this if I'm not actually supposed to be.
Right. And Gabby, we know Gabby is still around at this time because she's seen the next day on the 27th. So it begs to differ, like, what's going on here? What is he contemplating? They're obviously haven't worked this out if he's spending this much time alone. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Especially when you two are traveling together. You're the only friends you have.
Yeah, and you're engaged.
You're the only people you can trust, right? And you guys are spending all this time alone.
Yeah, your life on social media that we all get to see posted looks very happy and very together.
Yeah.
But you guys are spending a lot of time separated when you're supposed to be this very happy couple.
Exactly. So on the 27th, Brian and Gabby are seen at Mary Piglet's Mexican Grill in Jackson, Wyoming. Brian was livid at restaurant staff, apparently, and a lot of witnesses described him leaving and coming back inside multiple times to scream his piece at the staff.
God, I hope they spit in your food.
He went full Karen on these fools. But Mary Piglets confirms the incident, even on their Instagram account.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that, actually. I remember seeing that during the time.
They released the footage?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, after this, Gabby and Brian were captured by another CCTV recording inside the Whole Foods store in Jackson, Wyoming. They showed up around 2 o'clock, went in, came out around 2:30, and headed back to the van. And then they sat in the van for 20 minutes or so, probably eating. I imagine they went in there to get some food, maybe. Or they're just organizing all the stuff they bought. I don't know. But they eventually drive away and got on Highway 89, the road north to Bridger Teton National Forest campsite. And this was around 3 p.m. Same day, August 27th, a text from Gabby's phone was sent to her mom, which read, "Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls." Now, the reason this message is strange is because it's supposed to be from Gabby to her mother, someone who she's very familiar with, right? And Stan is Gabby's grandfather, and she never called him Stan.
Never called him Stan.
Never called him Stan.
Who calls their grandfather by their first name?
Right?
Stan.
It was weird, and it was a red flag. So, Gabby's mom, in hindsight's like, this was a weird text. But a witness contacted the FBI to report the activities and coordinates of a slow-moving white van. Very suspicious. They said they saw a white male who was acting weird near the Spread Creek dispersed camping area on August 26th, 27th, and 28th. Now, if you remember, the witness who recorded the TikTok video back on the 27th, said that the van was parked there for 3 days. Remember? So this was proof.
Mm-hmm. This was actually
that the van was there. This was confirmed. The witness later posted a video on TikTok of her observations, and this video, the FBI was able to use this video, and they said it really tipped them off to the location of Gabby's remains. Without this video, it may have been months, years before they found Gabby.
Oh yeah, because literally
crazy.
They had been everywhere. And they're all everywhere they go is such vast landscape.
Yep.
It's not like going to a little local park.
No.
These are national, big Southwest parks.
And so naturally, there's lots of other people there, lots of other people recording with their phones, with their cameras. There's lots of other people with YouTube channels. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, there was a YouTube channel that captured the Ford Transit van parked at Spread Creek, right there at Bridger Teton National Forest as well. So that's just more confirmation. And then on the 29th, Miranda Baker posts on her TikTok claiming that She and her boyfriend gave Brian a lift in her Jeep from an area near Coulter Bay towards Jackson Dam because he was hitchhiking alone. Miranda found it weird that Brian offered $200 for the ride and didn't appear very dirty, despite claiming that he had been camping for days. He was also confused about where they were traveling, and he randomly asked to be let out.
Offering $200 for just a hitchhiking ride, dude, you could have gotten a lift for fucking $30.
Yeah,
but you're gonna offer $200, and then as soon as they start questioning you about where you're going, you're like, just pull over. I'm gonna get out. Let's just.
I think he wants to stay off the radar. I think he doesn't want anyone knowing where he is because he thinks if I tell them, then they go tell the police. And later this comes up or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, but on the 29th, Brian finally calls his mother, and she later said that his tone had completely changed. Brian's father contacted him back, and all he said was, Gabby's gone, and that he needed a lawyer.
And I might need a lawyer.
So on the 30th, the last message from Gabby to her mother simply said, no service in Yosemite. Now, this really worried her mom because Gabby wasn't still supposed to be in Yosemite at this point. She was supposed to be in Yellowstone.
Yeah, pretty far apart.
Pretty good distance apart. So she's very concerned. Now we're into September. Brian returns home alone to his parents in Northport, Florida. And naturally, the police already have a search warrant. And Gabby's white Ford Transit van was seen by a license plate reader at the Sumter exit off of Interstate 75. And neighbors tell the media that they witnessed Brian mowing the lawn, riding a bike around the neighborhood, and, doing some repairs in the garage on the day and then the few days following after.
Mm-hmm. Like he just kind of comes home and acts like nothing happened.
Exactly. Brian and his parents went camping at Fort DeSoto Park in Pinellas County on September 6th and the 7th. They're just doing regular family things.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, trying to act like nothing happened.
Yeah, trying to not be home. September 11th rolled around. After not hearing from Gabby since August, her mother, Nicole Schmidt, was worried. Nicole had texted Gabby every single day just waiting for some sort of response because she did consider that, maybe they had no service, right? They're going hiking. They're going camping. Maybe they're in remote areas. But after this long of a break, she knew something was up.
After days, unless you lost your phone out there on that on those trails, you're coming back and responding to your mom.
Exactly. So Nicole also contacts Gabby's dad and asks him if he had been in contact with Brian or Gabby. And of course, he hadn't. Then she contacts Brian's parents. Nothing. They straight ghost her. No reply, no answer, nothing. So Nicole has no choice. She files a missing person report at a local precinct, and this is how they ultimately find out that Brian had returned to his family home 10 days ago with Gabby's van. And no Gabby.
Oh, Brian. Oh,
yeah.
We're going to have to come ask you some questions, Brian.
Exactly. But by September 13th, Brian left his family home, and his parents told police that he went for a hike in the Carlton Reserve in Sarasota County, Florida. And some reports claimed he even used Gabby's van. I don't know if he drove it out there or not, but on the 14th, Brian's family issues a statement through their lawyer saying that they intend to remain in the background while the search for Gabby is underway. And the Petito family issues a statement accusing Brian of refusing to tell them where he last saw Gabby. September 15th, Brian Laundrie is finally named a person of interest. His parents hired a lawyer, and based on his advice, they remained silent and refused to talk to anyone about the case.
Well, they're going to just remain in the background on this.
That's
guys.
right.
We just want to kind of stay out of this. We don't know much.
Yeah. Then why don't you search?
Yeah.
But authorities saw Brian's car return to the house, and they assumed it was him coming back from leaving a few days before. So this is on the 15th. On the 16th, the Northport police held a press conference where Gabby's father asked for help in finding his daughter. And the police chief, Todd Garrison, said, all I'm going to say is we know where Brian Laundrie is at.
Mm-hmm. We do at this point.
We know. But on the 17th, or at least they think they know, right? Because they believe on the 15th they saw him arrive home. But on the 17th, Brian was reported missing by his parents, who claimed to not have seen him since September 13th. And then authorities realized that on the 15th, that was his mother driving his car.
Ooh, another Mrs. Doubtfire situation?
I think it was, did she do that innocently, or was that all part of the plan? Just to hold, you know what I mean? It's like, pull the car here where they can see so they think you're here, and that gives you a 2-day head start, which it did.
Pull it into the garage, close the door.
Which it absolutely did. Because on September 18th, the search for Brian begins, but it's 24,000 acres, the Carlton Reserve is. Little bit of an area to search.
Quite the search party.
But on September 19th, human remains matching the description of Gabby were found at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area where the TikTok videos saw the van, where the YouTube channel caught the van, not far from where the Ford Transit Connect was seen on all of these things. Police also executed a search warrant on the Laundrie home. They found that the Ford Transit Connect, they got the Ford Transit Connect, which was, thoroughly searched. They got an external hard drive, and they also took the Ford Mustang from their Northport residence, claiming that it may contain evidence that a felony's been committed. And it may. It may. I mean, it was Brian's car for all intents and purposes. I don't know who it was registered to, but that was the car he drove.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're taking that too, right?
There might be some of the evidence that he tried to get rid of in this car.
Exactly. So now we're at September 21st, and the coroner confirms that the remains matching Gabby are absolutely Gabby Petito. Her identity was confirmed, and an autopsy would soon determine the manner of death. So in the coming days, the U.S. District Court issued an arrest warrant for Brian Laundrie due to his unauthorized use of Gabby's debit card on August 30th and September 1st. They just needed something to hold him, right? They just needed an arrest warrant so they could go all out on this search.
Yep, they needed a charge. They couldn't actually charge him with her murder because they had no evidence pointing to that yet.
Right, not yet. And September 25th, Gabby's father announces the creation of the Gabby Petito Foundation to help people in similar situations as Gabby and provide resources and guidance for parents searching for missing children. Over 1,000 people attended a public memorial service for Gabby and this was at Long Island, New York Funeral Home. And the service was also streamed online.
It was big. I remember this.
Yeah. The Petitos and their attorney thanked law enforcement and urged Brian to turn himself into authorities. And in an interview with ABC News, Brian's sister also encouraged him to surrender to authorities. Everybody was just tired of this, man. It's like, we know, dude.
Yeah, we know.
Come on, man.
Why are you hiding?
Right? And on October 7th, Brian's father joined investigators in searching for Brian at the Carlton Reserve. And the coroner in Teton County, Wyoming, announced in October that Gabby died by blunt force injuries to the head and neck with manual strangulation.
So now we kind of have a legitimate murder situation on our hands. This wasn't an accidental death. This wasn't a slip and fall.
Nope.
With the strangulation, now they can actually look out for it. Now we have a murder suspect.
Exactly. And they also found out that Gabby's body was outside for 3 to 4 weeks before it was discovered. Gabby was only 22 years old. She was killed on August 27th, 2021. The FBI announced that they're taking over the criminal investigation, and authorities continued to search for Brian in the Carlton Reserve. And October 20th, after a month of speculation about Brian, an extended search of the area in his home, finally, skeletal remains were discovered in Florida's, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name.
Oh, my God. The
Myakkahatchee?
Myakkahatchee, yeah. I think you nailed it.
I think I nailed it. Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. That's where they found his remains. The FBI confirmed that authorities had found human remains at the site, and Special Agent Michael McPherson also said authorities found personal items of Brian's nearby, including a backpack and a notebook. And October 21st, the remains are confirmed by the FBI to be Brian's. His cause of death at that time could not be determined, and his remains were given to a forensic anthropologist for further examination, because they had actually been underwater due to flooding of the area.
He kind of went to a very
found.
isolated area.
Yeah. But yeah, it was later confirmed that he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
He kind of went out to a place where he was hoping they would never find him.
Yeah.
Like, I think he wanted to not be found where he actually went out to do this, because he did not want to carry that his family to carry that weight of him going out and doing this.
Right.
So they already had to carry that. Like, they already knew that he was now a murderer, and he hoped they would just think that he disappeared. They never got caught. He disappeared.
They never found him.
They never found him. Give his family that false hope of he could be out there somewhere.
Right.
Because where he was found, he was not hoping to be found.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, and he probably knew it was a floodplain too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or a flooding area. In the notebook that the FBI found, there was an entry in which he admitted to killing Gabby and deceiving people that she was still alive through text messages very poorly.
Very poorly.
You weren't deceiving anyone. You were sending text messages acting as Gabby, but you weren't deceiving anyone.
I'm going to see my grandfather, parentheses, Stan.
Right.
No, I'm going to see Stan,
I'm going to see
my
Stan.
grandfather.
Right. But yeah, he was found with a revolver, that notebook, and a backpack near his remains. And on March 11th, Gabby Petito's family sues Brian Laundrie's parents in a claim that Brian told his parents that he had killed Gabby before he returned home. And the lawsuit was filed in Sarasota County Circuit Court. It said that on August 28th, Brian had told his family that he killed Gabby, and Roberta and Christopher concealed this information. Brian Laundrie's parents moved to dismiss the lawsuit brought by the Petitos, calling it baseless and frivolous. But a Florida judge denied that motion to dismiss, and the lawsuit was allowed to move on. The Laundrie family lawyer released a full notebook entry in which he claims that he killed Gabby after she had fallen and injured herself. The entry said, quote, "I ended her life. I thought it was merciful, and that is what she wanted. But now I see the mistake that I made. I am ending my life not because of fear of punishment, but rather because I can't stand to live another day without her."
Yeah, none of that. Nobody believed any of that. That is such a bullshit thing to try and make yourself believe that you did not murder your fiance.
It is. And if you guys weren't seen physically fighting in the days before, maybe this is believable.
Yeah.
But no.
No. She fell and injured herself, and you strangled her to death to put her out of her... She's not a horse that broke her leg. But what do you... No, dude, that's not what happens. If you... How badly did she injure herself that your immediate thought was, I better not call an ambulance. I better just put her out of her misery and hide the body. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see how you were wrong in that. And of course, this explanation did not match the investigators' findings at all. They believe that Brian is just someone who doesn't want to own up for what he did and was just trying to find justification for his actions, like Andy said. And it's true. That's what's going on here. August 8th, 2022, Petito's family files $50 million wrongful death suit against the Utah police. They're going after everybody. They're like, somebody is to blame for this shit.
Mm-hmm. And most people do in these situations.
Yeah, for sure. The suit names the Moab Police Department, 3 of its officers in particular, Palmer, Pratt, and Daniel Robbins, and 10 other unnamed defendants, and accuses them of negligent failure in their investigation. Her parents also accused the defendants of wrongful death, saying that Gabby's death was caused by their wrongful acts or neglect.
Because they were talking about investigating the assault or the before the murder.
The one they wrote off as the mental breakdown.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I can understand where this is coming from. Mm-hmm. Like if it looks like there's evidence of actual domestic violence going on, and you write it off as she's just having a bit of a episode. It's like, I can see where a parent might be like, "Oh, you motherfucker."
Right. Yeah, I know. But in the lawsuit for wrongful death brought against the Laundries by Petitos, the Petitos were awarded $3 million.
I mean, that's against the Laundries.
Yeah.
So
a lawyer for Petito's parents said whatever money is received will go to the Gabby Petito Foundation dedicated to locating missing people and curbing domestic violence. In 2023, the lawsuit against the Moab PD was amended to include allegations that Officer Eric Pratt admitted that he was aware Brian was a threat during the initial call. But Officer Pratt decided to ignore the law and that the department did not abide by its own lethality assessment protocol. So the MCPD later investigated whether or not its officers handled the case in accordance with the department's policies. And basically, they chalked it up to these officers made unintentional mistakes and were sorry.
Yeah. I mean, the chief took a leave of absence during the investigation.
He did.
Ooh, okay. Paid, I'm sure. But still, come on, guys. Again, you chalked up a domestic violence situation to a mental breakdown when one of your officers admitted that this guy was clearly a threat.
Right. Like you guys didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, you didn't want to do the paperwork. You just didn't want to deal with it. You wanted to get on with your day. That's fucking it's shameful.
It really is, dude. And it's a sad case, and it's even, and I think it was so fascinating because, like I said, everything was documented. You know, these cases of these influencers and whatnot, they're more gripping because like you can see the steady, the steady climb to the disaster. Mm-hmm. You get to see all the way up, right? There's body cam footage of the police responding to the altercation even.
Yep.
There's video of all this van. There's people who picked Brian up as hitchhikers. And it's just, it's captivating because all of this sounds like just regular shit until you conclude it with a murder. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's terrifying to people. They seen Brian as Gabby as this perfect little relationship, and people but the reality of it was not. It was far from it.
Oh yeah,
far, far, far from it.
That's something that everybody needs to take away from like this.
You got to keep that in your mind.
Those influencer people, it's like that is not their 100% full-time life existence.
No,
they only show you what they want to show you.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. And I want to show you Oh My Gaia. It's amazing.
I want to at least let you smell it.
At least let you smell it. I wish I could in this podcast form. I would.
We could just hold it up to the mic right here and just blow into it.
We're not far off of that, right?
Right.
Technology.
Smell-o-vision.
Pretty soon we're going to be able to just like implant smells in your brain. Be like, smell this.
Smell-o-vision.
That'll be amazing.
Scratch and sniff, bitch.
But until then, you'll just have to go to ohmygaia.com and order your own. Oh My Gaia is an innovative, all-natural deodorant, fragrance, and beard oil company specializing in paraben and aluminum-free products. And guys, there's tons of scents to choose from, like vanilla, cherry almond, sandalwood, lavender, lemongrass, Egyptian musk. There's great fall scents like fireside. That's a great one. True Crimepine, another great one. I'm a little bit biased.
Ooh, yes, it is.
Yeah, but all these scents can be found at ohmygaia.com. And there's not only deodorant, there's also beard oil and scented oils as well. Mm-hmm. And because you're True Crime Guys listeners, you can use the code word Crimepine for 15% off your order. That's CRIMEPINE, no space, for 15% off your order. Again, that's ohmygaia.com, OHMYGAIA.com.
Guys, it's getting cold out there. Get those beards growing. Keep those faces nice and warm, but keep those beards nice and smooth. Keep them hydrated.
Oil them up. It's good for the beard hair if you want to grow that thing out, man. Mm-hmm. And it smells good.
I know, right?
It smells better than the food you left in there.
Right? Yes. Nice and soft, baby. That's what me and you should do, Michael. It's getting nice and cold. We should just grow our beards out all winter. Yeah. Just have some nice lumberjack beards by springtime.
Just burning up, sweating in here. Fucking neck sweat.
Yes.
But guys, if you're still here, please check out Patreon. Patreon.com/True Crime Guys. It's the best way to support the show, and we appreciate that very, very much. We also take our Patreon case suggestions very seriously. We just got another case suggestion from patron David, who we did, what episode did we do? Oh my God, I'm totally blanking on it.
Yes,
the Pizza Bomber.
Yeah, Pizza Bomber.
He suggested the Pizza Bomber, and he also suggested Dean Coral.
We do need to do Dean Coral.
We've already have, Andy. That's what I said too. And I started looking it up, and I'm like, wait, I know this story.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 234.
Well, I wasn't here for that.
You were 234. Yes, you were.
I was?
You don't even remember.
It's in one and out the other.
I don't remember it either. I really don't. And it was, it's a brutal story.
I know the case. I just don't remember having to cover it.
Yeah, I looked it up. Like I said, this is the first time in a while that I started researching a case because I was going to cover it this week. And then I was like, wait a minute. I've already heard this story. I'm like, I had to have covered this.
I've heard
these freaking names. And so, let's go into our catalog, and sure enough, there it is.
Damn it.
So, we still have tons of episodes available on the free platform, but I think the first 60 episodes or something are on Patreon. They are in the vault. If you guys would like to hear those are still available for just $3 a month. You guys can check those out, as well as get access to these episodes early, ad-free, with bonus content. All right, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Check out truecrimeguys.com, where you can get a copy of our 12-inch vinyl LP and have access to all kinds of other cool stuff. Mm-hmm. All right, anything else, Andy?
I think the only thing we were going to mention is that next week, guys, we are going to have an episode for Christmas week for you guys to listen to. We'll have one more episode coming out, and then we are going to take about a week-long little Christmas break for ourselves, and then we will start back fresh with new episodes at the start of the year.
Yeah, sounds good.
Probably we'll put that at the beginning of next week's episode too, so everybody knows. But next week we will have a Christmas episode to tie you over, but then we're giving ourselves a little staycation for a week so we can spend some time with our families.
That's right, guys. Thanks for listening. listening. Enjoy your holidays. And most of all, keep creeping.
Bye.